Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. Praise and glory. Hallelujah. I say, let's go out to the blue. Had to do laundry. Um, you see that's transcendent almost. You can almost see you do it. Pure. I say that because that's how I trying to be transcendent by my words, by my actions, stuff, my deeds, to stand firm. And it's a balance. You wrestle with it. You wrestle with that anger and not wanting to take vengeance on someone, even in your thoughts. But then you say, no, it's not worth it because I don't want to heap no coal on the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? So, my children, won't you listen? It was written, persecution, trials and tribulation, we be facing, long suffering, got to be patient. And so I I take it as a joy because if I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm not doing, and someone's doing something to me continuously to inflict pain on me, it gives me inspiration, it gives me courage, it gives me the feeling to stand up on my feet to know that I do have enemies that was encamped around me, close to me, trying to be a stumbling block for me with grieving my spirit. If someone's trying to grieve your spirit, then woe unto them. I don't wish to grieve no one's spirit and make them cry and shed tears. I only wish to enlighten and for one to just know that we all have a past, and I am not proud of my past. I'm just not, and I don't like pride no way. So, um, but everything that is good to my father, to the Father in heaven, like I'm proud of him for his creation. I'm proud that he showed some light upon me to make me a little bit humble. I think, I think it's a blessing to be humbled because it gives you strength. At the end of the day, it gives you strength, it gives you power, it gives you continence because then you're dealing with things in life that you shouldn't have to deal with. That's unnecessary that someone is doing that they can prevent from doing, but they're doing it. This action caused, and so it's cause and effect, and it affects someone's or it could affect someone's well-being if they don't have strong will, if they ain't strong willed, because when people lose their children or their children are take on, some people commit suicide, some people lash out at others and want to hurt others. I don't want to do that in my mind, body, spirit, or soul. I um I just ask for the Father to bring righteous judgment because only He knows why something takes place. Only he knows, and it could have been something I said, it could have been something I done, but um, that in itself, though, is still me as an individual. I have nothing to do with the opposite person that is still doing what they're doing because we are all still doing what we're doing. We're all still making choices that affect other people. I don't, know how much more to make that clear, and so I know a person don't need me for guidance. I'm just saying that when two wrongs don't make a right, you know what I mean? Two wrongs never make a right. If I'm wrong and you are wrong, and you do something wrong and hurtful, and you continue to do it, then who's worse off? The person that was wrong the first time, and then they ask for forgiveness, and then you just be wrong and not do something that you're able to do and you just refuse to do it. then I think you're heaping a lot of damage on you. And I, like I say, anyone I offended, I apologize to you deeply. I do. There's nothing that I can really do other than that, unless there's some labor that I need to do to make up for it, or as a debt that I owe. I will try to repay as long as I have the means to do so. I will try my best by all means, because that's making amends. I can't make amends on my terms. I have to make amends on someone else's terms, because I don't know the pain that I caused and the damage that I caused. So I try to walk in the truth and in the light daily. So therefore, I don't have to worry about causing pain to no one else, around me. I let my interactions uh, be bold, and I be truthful, and I am passionate. So sometimes I can get a little loud and rambunctious, but I am passionate about what I believe in, and I believe that I am who I am, and I am becoming who I am becoming. And um, if you're stuck in your past with knowing something existed, and it still exists, and it still goes on, and it's linked together, and you break that chain, you broke it. I have no control over um, no one else. I only have a little control over myself, and um, so I ask for the strength. And when I say that, I mean, like, with my potential and my talent and how to create something. I am not perfect at creating things and building things, or maybe even growing things. You know what I mean? But I can do some things. But we all can, and I am trying to figure out what I can do in this world, that I'm able to do, that to produce something that's beneficial to all humanity. Once the time comes and we all have to contribute, have to know what you're going to do if the time comes, or just do it, like Nike. And that's what I do. I just do it. I just live. And I give praise and glory, and I ask for forgiveness of the Father, and that He has mercy upon me for my past deeds, and still bring me life and life in abundance. Because when I didn't know, I didn't know. I ain't saying that's an excuse, but I didn't know, truly know. And so, do we all truly know everything? I know I don't. And if one says he does, and he judges someone else because of something that he does, when the Father does all things for His good pleasure, not man, not man, because there's some things I believe in too, and I believe and make no image of itself, but the image I speak of, from me getting understanding of it, is me making myself to where people worship me. And I don't want no one to worship me, whether you see my face on TV or a screen, because what if someone else taken a picture of me or a video recorded me and they got me on their phone? Did I make myself an image, or did someone else just do that? So if I do it, I'm wrong. No, because I don't want no one to worship me. I want you to worship the Most High Living One. He's the only one. And so, if I'm ever to be seen, that's what I want to be able to say. And whether it's on the phone or in a picture, if I'm throwing up a gang sign, I want it to be praising the Most High, if they got one sign for that, you know. Um, but things have already been done. Once something's done, it can't be undone. If you already had an image of yourself in the system, it's there. Now, what you do while you're in the matrix and you in this reality, and because it's the awakening, in the quickening, then you use that image to give praise and glory to the Father when you have an interaction with a person. You give your living testimony, because it's your history. We can go off history, and history is good to go off of, but you're still making history. That's how you're going to make your salvation, I believe, right? So, um, I don't know. Like everybody say, they don't know, they don't know. I don't know. So I ask the Father to keep me in the way and lead me to the path of righteousness, because what man know where that path is at, except that man, that's where he's at. whatever man, wherever you at, man. I one man. I ain't where every other man is at. So, but the connection that you have with the Father, trust no man, he will deceive you, because if you judge me based on something that I do, then you're in danger of the judgment. I'm not going to judge you like that, because I don't know why the Father does what he does. His ways are not our ways, his thoughts are not our thoughts. So when a person does something that's even out of their character, what was they moved by to do that? It could be a lot of things, that move that person. It maybe it was to reach someone on that end, on that spectrum even. But I don't want no one to worship me ever. No one. As I used to tell Stephanie or and my son, don't worship me, don't bow to me, don't do that. You give bow and you give all praise and glory to the Father, right? And I do that, but at the same time, trying to tell them, this is what the Father's telling me to tell you, so to imprint it on your heart, not that, you know, um, yeah, I don't know how that went, whatever, but I, I just that's why I tell everyone, the Father is head of everyone's life. At the end of the day, if a person don't know that, and and so I know that I'm just not perfect, and I don't know if I will ever be, but I will continue to do what I do now, because what I used to do is what I used to do. Where I used to go is where I used to go and hang out and do what I used to do. And I felt like it was more harm to me then than the harm I have now. I just put myself in more danger then than I do now. So if I'm not being led down the path of righteousness and becoming a noble man and a humble man and a simple man, giving praise and glory and meditation and writing and singing and reading and building and tilling and cleaning and cook and by myself. You know what I mean? I'm not by myself because the Father gave me strength and he, keep the Holy Host, the angels, I believe, they give me strength, because you gotta have strength to do all these things, especially if you don't, because some people have helpmates or whatever. But, from the stress and the persecution of the world, I rather do that, because I can't be persecuted if I ain't around those that want to persecute me. I don't want to persecute you, so I don't want to take up all your time, but I just want to say a few words to you, and I'm thankful for those that's in my life that show love continuously and think of me when no one else does, because I think of everyone. There's no one that I don't think of. If I have met you, I think of you at some point in my day or week. I think of you, and oh, the Father shine his light down upon you, and let's give praise and glory and still rejoice through our trials and tribulations, because that let us know who we belong to, who the children are, because you're on the opposite side of a fence. You're trying to endure with the things that's happening. You're going through the things that are happening, right? The people on the other side, they just enjoying their life completely, when ours is coming into fruition. It's coming into being. At least I believe mine is. Um, I hope it is. It's the only thing I can see, because I know the path of life I led, and I know what I did along the road, and I know what I don't, and I know what I meant inside my heart. And the Father searches the deepest parts of the heart, and He knows more than I know about it. He created it, right? So, with that said, I give praise and I give glory to the Most High in all things that I do. Hallelujah. Praise and glory to He that's on the throne alone, the Most High living one, not a dead one, living one. See, right? Is ultimate, right? Okay. So, shalom.